capture the larger scale.
Polio is a highly infectious disease mostly affecting young children that attacks the nervous system and can lead to spinal and respiratory paralysis and in some cases death. Polio has existed since prehistorical times. Ancient Egyptian images shows children walking with canes and withered limbs, characteristics of diseases. These and many more are on our alignment this week, including on the spot with the chairman of Akpabio Local Government Council. It is a must watch. Welcome and thanks for joining me on the program News Panorama. I am Josephine Efanga.
News Panorama. Capture the larger scale.
If you have just tuned in, you're watching News Panorama. Polio vaccination is crucial to prevent a dilapidating and potentially fatal disease. Vaccinating protects against polio, a highly contagious viral infection that can cause paralysis and death, especially in children. A reason the Cross River State Government Primary Healthcare, in collaboration with the National Primary Healthcare, launched an extensive polio vaccination campaign targeting all children under 5 years of age, aiming to reinforce the state's commitment to maintaining a polio-free status and contributing to the global eradication efforts. Judith Ubong brings details of the report.
Recent reports indicate that while Nigeria was certified polio-free in 2020, circulating vaccine-driven poliovirus type 2 continues to pose a threat, particularly in the northern region. Nigeria has seen a resurgence of poliovirus type 2 cases in 14 states, with 70 cases recorded as of September 2024. Despite vaccination campaigns, the virus continues to circulate under immunized countries. A reason why the National Primary Healthcare Development Agency, in collaboration with Cross River State Primary Healthcare Development Agency and other supporting partners, on May 3rd commenced polio vaccination on children across the states, mobilizing health workers to urban and rural communities, including remote and riverine areas, to administrate the oral polio vaccination to every eligible child. In an exclusive interview, Mrs. Christiana Ubong, the senior supervisor at Ikot Efanga Ward in Calabar Municipality, provided an overview of the vaccine, explaining its purpose in preventing polio and how it works. She detailed the eligibility criteria, emphasizing which groups are prioritized and the reasons behind those decisions, such as vulnerability or high-risk exposure. Additionally, she addressed the public concerns by assuring that the vaccine has undergone rigorous testing and is proven to be safe and effective.
And this program is about immunization we call it OPV, which is oral polio vaccination, and it's for children from 0 to 59 months of age. And so the vaccine is all about preventing children from coming down with poliomyelitis. So the vaccine, as I said, is given to children from 0 to 59 months of age, because these are the children whose immunity isn't strong yet, and they will not come down with this, in case of any outbreak, they will not come down with this disease. So this vaccine, OPV, oral polio vaccine, is to prevent these children from coming down with the disease at any time.
The ward focal person and officer in charge, Nurse Ekpo Juliet of the Ikot Efanga Ward in Calabar Municipality, shared insight on the community's response to the vaccination campaign. She noted the general reactions from parents, highlighting the support expressed during the immunization. She also provided an update on the campaign's progress, stating the percentage of children who have received the vaccine so far.
Parents so far, their reactions have been wonderful. They have been responding to immunization. This is because the DG Primary Healthcare Development Agency, Dr. Vivian Esenjo, the State Social Mobilization Officer and her team have gone out to mobilize. They have spread awareness, there's sensitization, even in churches, prayer houses, schools and all that. So the response is wonderful.
The parents of the immunized children shared their thoughts on the ongoing vaccine administration, expressing their feelings about the process and the impact on their children. They commended the state and federal governments for the exercise and efforts.
It's okay, at least it will help reduce some cases of illness. The rate of illness, at least. The vaccination has helped a lot, and there's no all those illness that used to happen before now. So it helps a lot.
I feel the vaccination process is very good to children by preventing them to have a future deformity on their leg or on their hand. So the vaccine is very good with children because it's helping them ahead of.
For CRBC News Panorama, Judith Ubong reporting.
The Nigerian Education Loan Fund (NELFund) is a government initiative established to provide interest-free loans to students in tertiary institutions across Nigeria. Launched in 2023, the scheme aims to reduce financial barriers to higher education, promote academic continuity, and foster equal opportunity for students from diverse socio-economic backgrounds. As the program unfolds, it is important to assess its impact and effectiveness in improving access to education for Nigerian youth, the report.
Access to higher education remains a major challenge for many Nigerian youth due to the high cost of tuition and related expenses. In response to this, the federal government of Nigeria introduced the Nigerian Education Loan Fund (NELFund) as part of a broader effort to promote inclusive education and empower students academically and economically. Since its launch in 2023, NELFund has been positioned as a transformative policy aimed at easing the financial burden on students and enhancing national human capital development. The loan scheme is targeted at students in public tertiary institutions, offering interest-free loans that cover tuition and other academic costs. Its structure is designed to allow repayment only after the beneficiary gains employment, thereby reducing the immediate pressure on students and their families. With this flexible approach, NELFund hopes to ensure that no willing student is denied education due to financial constraints. Since its implementation, the fund has begun to show promising signs. Many students who would have otherwise been unable to continue their education have been given a new opportunity. The stress of certain school fees has eased for several families, allowing students to focus more on their studies. This has led to increased morale and, in some cases, improved academic performance.
Life of a student is very, very hard, and some students don't have strong background, supportive parents or well wishers or wherever. So I'm very sure that the loan will be beneficial for them.
I think so. It's going to help them because that stress, you save them that stress of looking for money as we're running up and down for them to look for money to pay their school fees, their upkeep and the rest. I think the loan is really good. It's good and it helps students a lot.
However, the initiative is not without its challenges. While some students remain unaware of how to access the loan, pointing to a need for better awareness campaigns, there have also been concerns about slow processing times and questions surrounding the long-term sustainability of the scheme, especially if loan recovery processes are not clearly enforced after graduation.
Actually, the person did not face any challenges. She just went through the due process, registered, then I don't know how many months it took her for the process for the loan process to be to be approved. But she told me that she have started collecting 20,000 monthly. That when you finish, when you register, then you wait for them to approve. When they approve, later on you they'll start paying you, or you now I don't know what she said something that when you wait later on they'll not be paying you 20,000 monthly for the period of your academic section.
In as much as they keep to their promises of zero interest after 2 years you go to your service. I think it's something good. Yeah, I tried to use stream, but the thing is, I'm in Department of Tourism. So our names were not uploaded on the database. So we were asked to go to ICT so that they can rectify the whole issues. And I've not gone since then. I'd like to apply, but I've not had the time to go for the issue rectifications.
Okay, for me, I think it's actually a very good idea, seeing that the governments have the students at heart. But in the other hand, I don't actually see it as a good one, because if you actually want to empower the students, you won't tell me you want to give them a loan. Instead, you actually find a way to reduce the cost of things and all of that.
NEL Fund is a commendable step towards solving the educational funding crisis in Nigeria. Its success, however, depends on consistent government support, efficient administration, and widespread awareness among students. If these areas are strengthened, the fund could become a lasting solution to one of the country's most persistent educational problems. For CRBC News Panorama, I am Ifeoluwa Ekpita.
Proper waste management is essential for maintaining a clean and healthy environment, but it cannot be achieved by government efforts alone. With growing waste problems in many communities, there is an urgent need for citizens to take responsibility for how they dispose their waste. Judith Ugbong explores the importance of effective waste management and the role individuals have to play in keeping their surroundings clean and safe. The report.
Waste management is a critical aspect of public health, environmental preservation, and sustainable development. In the face of rising urban population and recurring epidemic outbreaks across the states and Nigeria at large, the need for an efficient, inclusive, and community-driven waste management system has never been more urgent. Effective waste management goes beyond the routine collection and disposal of refuse. It encompasses a holistic system which requires the active participation of citizens. However, many communities still perceive waste management as solely the government's responsibility, which undermines the sustainability of any efforts made. This top-down perception leads to several harmful practices. Residents often dump waste into gutters and waterways, causing blockages that result in flooding and environmental degradation. Others neglect to use waste bins properly, creating unsightly piles of trash that pile onto streets and pose health risk.
I think it's the citizens' fault, obviously, because sometimes you just see a dustbin and you will not want to put the waste you're carrying inside the dustbin. You just drop it on the ground. And now the person that is coming to pour, maybe a second person coming behind you to pour, will not want to put it because they cannot climb on the one that is already on the ground. Just keep them there. Then anybody that comes to pour a waste bin or dustbin would, when they see them, they will compost themselves.
Despite the commendable efforts of present administration in clearing refuse and maintaining cleaner streets, a significant gap remains in community engagement. There is a clear disconnection between governmental action and community responsibility. Without community buy-in, even the most sophisticated waste management system will struggle to succeed.
To me, I think both government and the citizenry should be blamed. On the part of government, there is need for putting adequate infrastructure in place and back it up with sufficient advocacy on the management of waste in the society. Because if that is not done, there will be gaps and citizens will take advantage of that, and then the situation will get worse. Then on the part of the citizens, they should be done.
If government as a whole should take it as an important issue and consider the fact that people have to live and live a good life, they should come closer, and those representatives should bring more enlightenment, bring more awareness, and let people know about waste, so that at the end of the day, we have a very clean and green society.
To bridge this gap, the government must implement robust advocacy and sensitization campaigns that promote behavioral change and communal ownership of public hygiene. Programs should encourage recycling, proper sorting at the household level, and timely disposal. Involving local leaders, youth groups, and market associations can foster a sense of shared duty and accountability. The path to sustainability lies in shared responsibility, with government efforts in waste evacuation. While government efforts in waste evacuation are critical, they must be complemented by strong community participation. A bottom-up approach that empowers residents, educates them on best practices, and fosters a sense of environmental stewardship will only not improve waste management but also protect public health, reduce flooding, and enhance the quality of life across the state. The time to act is now. Cleaner communities begin with all of us. For CRBC News Panorama, Judith Ugbong reporting.
The people of Akamkpa and Biase Federal Constituency and Thursday, May 1st, endorsed the Cross River State Governor, Senator Basile Rutu, and his deputy, Right Honorable Peter Ode for a re-election in the 2027 general election. They highlighted the leadership qualities of Governor Basiratu and his deputy have significantly contributed to the infrastructural development of the community. The report.
In a world that oftentimes feels divided, the power of unities within a community stands as a testament to shared values and collective aspirations. As the 2027 elections draw near, the call to rally behind the People's Face mantra laid by Senator Basiratu and his steadfast deputy Right Honorable Peter Ode resonate deeply with the citizens. The Cross River State Deputy Governor Right Honorable Peter Ode thanked the people for trusting their leadership and supporting them for another theme. The deputy, who was represented by the Commissioner for Works, Honorable Pius Ampo, noted that the late administration of Senator Basiratu and his deputy Right Honorable Peter Ode is to keep working on improving local roads, schools, and other essential services.
2 years ago, we were here in Akangba Local Government Council, and we stood before you. You all came out in numbers, and we presented our blueprints that we were going to do. And today, we are here to present our report cards. For a man who has kept a promise, is it not worthy for you to return us back to office? It is on that note that we are here to appreciate you for giving us the support and to thank you very much for passing a vote of confidence on us. We can assure you that before we leave office, that road will be constructed and the people of Akangba local government will be very happy. And that is to say that we are so intentional in uniting Akangba. The dichotomy that have existed between Akangba 1 and Akangba 2 was as a result of that barrier called the road. But with this road we are doing, and on completion of it, the people of Akangba 1 and Akangba 2 will come back together and they will be more united, and the unity of Akangba local government will be sacrosanct in this government.
Report has it that coming together for the rally cause signifies much more than a political campaign. It reflects the hearts and minds of individuals united in purpose. The chairman of Akangba, Honorable Felix Aposi, and Biase, Honorable Edodi Eyong Edodi, spoke about the great things Governor Otu and his deputy have done during their time in office. They also stressed that the re-electing Senator Otu and Deputy Ode, the community will not only sustain their current momentum but also nurture the seed of development already planted.
God is the one that does everything for everybody. Today, the God of our land, of Akampa and Biase, has endorsed His Excellency Prince Apostle Basi Edotu and Right Honorable Peter Ode come 2027. We are gathered here as a people of Akampa and Biase to endorse our father, a man who had brought joy to Akampa and Biase, respectively. A man who had brought joy to the people of Cross River State. We have done it before, and we will do it again.
Some community stakeholders praised the governor's commitment to building important infrastructure, which has made life better for residents. They mentioned that the peace and calm in the area reflects the effective leadership of the current administration.
We've never had a situation where in just 2 years, the governor would have impact in every sector of the economy of the state. The governor too came prepared. He came by ensuring that first, everything that was dead, he began to revive them. He's a practical politician. He believes in going straight, to the things that he needs to do. And that's why we can endorse him proudly, and that's why we can pass the vote of confidence on him.
In Akangba and Biase, 3 to 4 years ago, it was very difficult for people to pass through this road. And as you know, I'm in the task force and also in the committee of mining. And we pass through the road always, so everywhere is calm and quiet.
The people of Akangba and Biase have reviewed the past 2 years under Senator Prince Basi Edotu, and they've come to the conviction that the governor has done well. The governor of Cross River State have kept to the social contract he had with the people of Akangba and Biase Federal Constituency by providing the basic infrastructure for the people of Akangba and Biase.
Kudos to the governor.
The governor and his deputy should continue.
Prince Otu Tarigo, 2027, no vacancy.
A motion to endorse Governor Tu and his deputy for another term was moved by Right Honorable Matthew Alori and seconded by Mrs. Susan Okpai.
There is a clear testimony that the governor and his deputy have done well. Whereas the paramount ruler of Akampa and Biase have said there is no shaking. Whereas we can also feel the infrastructure development that have come all the way from Bakassi to Obanleku, especially as it affects Akampa and Biase, thereby move for adoption of Senator Apostle Prince Basi Eretu and his deputy, Right Honorable Peter Ode for second term.
I, Honorable Susan Kano Ukpai, hereby second the motion.
Traditional leaders also shared their strong backing for Governor Tu and called on everyone in Cross River to vote for them in the upcoming elections. They further said the late administration has created a reciprocal relationship rooted in trust and accountability.
For those who want to be governor, please they should wait after 2007 election.
We are behind under rain and sun. No shaking. Prince Otu is our next governor, 2027.
For CRBC News Panorama, Blessing Basi reporting.
The Commissioner for Agriculture and Irrigation Development, Honorable Johnson Ebokpo, has announced various project implementation by the Ministry of Agriculture and other partners aimed at fostering economic growth. He said these initiatives are designed to enhance agricultural productivity, improve food security, and increase the income levels of registration farmers, benefiting both the farmers and the state, the report. The Agric Boss, Honorable Johnson Ebokpo, said under the leadership of Governor Basietu, the state is committed to transforming agriculture by moving from traditional small-scale farming to more advanced commercial practices. He stressed that the initiative aims to provide better resources for farmers, including subsidized machinery and land preparation assistance through partnership organizations like the National Agricultural Mechanization and Equipment Leasing Company. Honorable Ebokpo said these steps by the Ministry of Agriculture indicate a clear commitment from the government will not only improve agricultural output but also ensure that every farmer is included in the growth strategy, reinforcing the People's First agenda.
We strongly believe that for agriculture to become the mainstay of our economy, there must be a deliberate and strategic shift from subsistence farming to large-scale commercial agriculture with strong and very strong emphasis on value addition. One of the major interventions has been land preparation, a fundamental challenge for many of our farmers. Through strategic collaboration with the National Agricultural Mechanization and Equipment Leasing Company, we are pioneering mechanized agriculture in the state.
On their part, the Senior Special Advisor to the Governor on Agriculture, Professor John Shiam, All Palm Growers Association of Nigeria State Chairman, Reverend Ejikbong Bisong, Cocoa Farmers Association of Nigeria Cross River State Chairman, Dr. Tiku Ndeb, and the National Coffee and Tea Association of Nigeria Cross River State Chairman, Dr. Assam, amongst others, noted that this project will not only support the livelihood of farmers, but also enhance the overall economic stability of the region. They stressed that the government is also working to support farmers by providing fertilizers, developing farm access routes, and launching rural markets initiative to handle the expected increase in food production.
The comment about cocoa farmers living it is coming. Coffee is coming to solve a problem. Everybody should be able to benefit from it. You don't need to have a big piece of land, even in your compound.
Cross River used to be the cradle for agriculture. And this administration has taken up the responsibility of bringing Cross River State back to its original status as an agricultural state. By the fact that it has a PPP arrangement, and by the fact that interested farmers have been identified and registered, ensures that whether the government is there or not, the continuity is there. Nobody wants to drop anything that brings money.
These bikes are in the hands of the agric officers from the local government. from the Ministry of Agric and also from ADP. We have been having reports from our agric officers, and the farmers are also doing very, very well.
That the seasonal variation as far as the growth of coffee and concern is important to us. That when the off-season of cocoa is now a multiplication for coffee.
High points were the inspection of tractors and all seedlings, questions and answer sessions amongst others. Josephine Efanga reporting. That is all we have on our lineup this week. We hope to be back same time next week. Do keep updated with us. I am Josephine Efanga.